everybody. How you doing today? Happy Mental Health Monday. Happy Labor Day. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, early afternoon, as we are getting on with our day. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you got a lot of plans today. I'm not doing much. We'll talk about it. We got W. Dubois waiting in the wings. And as always, keep showing up.
Wake up! Is every number where it was? Has this dream stopped?
I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
That's right. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Radio. Thank you for joining us for this beautiful Mental Mondays with Epis episode 17, battling those inner demons. Got my co-host W. Dubois here. Unfortunately, we are not simulcast today. We're only going live on Twitch. I tried all that I could do. That's why there was a little bit of a delay at the start today. Of course, Twitch server is giving me issues, so it's all right. I'll have this posted later on today for you guys on YouTube for you to watch. And for those coming live with us today, joining us on Twitch, thank you. I appreciate you. As always, keep on showing up. If you're watching this in post, please like, comment where you're from. If you haven't already done so, subscribe. Make sure those notifications are on, and to let you know that when we go live and are posting other content on the pages. All right. Dub, how you doing today? I know a rough start for you. Thank you for making it, for being here and showing up as always. Coming live from Cell Block C over there. I say that jokingly, but you had to change up the studio format for you in crunch
just for
time.
Today's crunch time. We have to move things around a little bit.
That's all right.
Hectic in the home. The home's a little hectic, but Maddie, happy to be here, man. This is our first Mental Monday in a while, huh?
It is. It's damn near almost 4 weeks now. I think it
Especially
is 4 weeks.
You.
Yeah.
Especially me and you.
Yeah.
Because you've probably done a couple of solos. I can't remember my last Mental Monday. I probably need one today.
Indeed.
I probably need to be here today. It's been a wild weekend. It's not like when I say wild, it's just a real arbitrary word. It's been an eventful weekend dealing with my vehicle, dealing with the courthouse, taking care of business, paying bills, fines, and then dealing with a car and a car battery and work. And
did you rectify that situation, by the way? Tell the people what happened about your car.
Man, first of all, guys, I haven't had my vehicle like 5 months. The vehicle's fine. I wasn't. So I didn't drive, right? So little story short, right? Red light tickets, other things, caught up with me in the state of Florida. Okay, so the car's been sitting there. He's sitting there in that Florida sun all summer. I probably cranked it up twice. The third time it died, I said, F this. I disconnected the battery, and I just left it there. Right? So here we are. It's time. The football season starting up in UCF. I got to get up there, guys. It's far away from where I'm at. So, crunch time, I get the vehicle. I get all my stuff taken care of, which is it's a nice amount of change, Matty.
Right.
But I took care of it, as I should. It's my problem, so I took care of it. So I get the car on the road on Tuesday or something. I go to UCF first game against Jacksonville State. They barely win in the monsoon. Everything is fine. Right. Now, the next day, the car doesn't turn on. But glory be to God, it happened in my driveway. It could have been 50 miles away. So it happened in my driveway. That's why I said, Maddie, things always could be worse. All right, so but the car's not turning on. So I'm like, looking up stuff, asking people, the battery probably it's been sitting out there, it dried up, batteries have water, you're in the sun, 100 degrees, all types of shit. Florida people give me good, and it's true. The battery was toast because it sat in the sun, and the water had dried up in the battery,
Yeah.
guys.
No good.
Okay.
No
But the battery was enough to
good.
give me those 4 days from Tuesday. I don't know when it cooked up, probably a couple days later. But all right, I gotta get a new battery, no problem. I already spent like $1,500 in the courthouse, among other fine, whatever, and then getting new insurance and re-registered, all that. I get a battery. Batteries ain't what they used to be, but they're about 150 now for go and get the battery. Matt, get the battery. I'm at work, Maddie. I'm doing these 18-hour days, so it's really hard. But just to handle my stuff and then be at work, and then the car's not running, so I have to get there. It's an hour away, guys. I'm a little nuts, guys. I'm a creature of habit. I don't know what I like to know what's in front of me. I'm a strategist. I don't know anything. I don't know. The cars do what the hell they want at the end of the day. We can know everything about them, and then they're gonna do some other shit, right?
Just means you gotta get a new car, bro. It's all right.
Nah, you can take shots at my baby, but I bet my car has less miles on it than yours.
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah, I got 109,000.
I got a
I got a 20-year-old car.
I got 50.
I got 109 on it. 109, 20-year car.
Yeah.
109. Yeah, Corolla. Get
It's
rid of
young.
it for what? Yes, young. Those things. I love that car. Are you crazy, bro? It's a battery.
Right. All right. So you replace the battery. It's all good. What happens then?
All right. So now, but forget about the car. The car is fine, right? Before I replace the battery, guys, I have to pick it up from Walmart, and before that, I go to work. Right? Check this is the best part. And I get home that night. I'm like, all right, I got home late to pick it up from Walmart. I'll get it in the morning. So I go home, I get to my door, I go get the keys for my house, and I can't find them. Guess what's connected to the house keys? Yeah, the car keys.
Right.
So, and it's the only one. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm not him anymore, but so now
just the other day.
Right. So I spent the 150 on the battery, 15 here, 150 on the battery. I'm like, oh fuck, because I've seen this before, Matt. If you don't have that spare, they'll get you a key. They're gonna come to your car. They're gonna go in the ignition. They're gonna make a mold in there.
Right.
They're gonna cut you a key right there.
Yeah. I didn't know you could do that, but that's crazy. Yeah.
It's a pretty penny though.
Yeah.
Emergency
I'd imagine.
locksmith. Right. Emergency locksmith 4 in the morning. They'll come and you're gonna pay. So I'm like, damn, man, this is what I'm gonna have to do. So like, I start getting the quota. That night, the next morning, I go to work. I have to go to work. So I'm like, I can't miss work. I'm spending all this money. I got to replace it. So I go get a quota from the locksmith. He's like, I'm like, last time I seen this done, it was probably like 20 years ago, probably like $120. So this guy's like, yeah, this Russian gentleman. What do you have? What do you have? What kind of key? I'm like, me, what kind of key? He's like, yeah, but you have key, you have plastic on the key. I said, yes, the Toyota key. Got the Toyota black. Oh, you have cheap. You have cheap. Yeah, you have chip. I'm like, man, when he says that, I already think chips means chips. Chips means money.
Right.
How much? How much?
It meant money regardless. That's all. That's what that means.
$2.95.
Yeah, $2.95 for you.
For the brother.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
because he knows.
At this point, what am I gonna do? The locksmith is the man. He knows whoever's calling him. He's got him by the balls.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the man.
It's $2.95 for you, sir. Yeah.
You have chip program. Chip. No problem. 2003 is computer chip. Yeah. Right. Yeah, all right, buddy. I'm gonna get the funds together and I'm gonna call you back. All right, Vladimir. No problem. So now, guys, I'm resigned to the fact that this is all my fault. So I take it on the chin. I'm not mad. I call Maddie up. I tell Maddie about it. Maddie heard me on the phone. I'm the sinister laugh, and I'm taking it in stride. So, and that's what I did. I went to work. look for the silver lining, look for the lesson and the learning of, and kept it moving. Obvious lessons,
Right.
So I get to work, man, and things start to turn the other way. I walk over to the location I was working at late the night before, and what was there on the ledge in the outside parking garage? My keys. Right there.
Oh man, you didn't tell me that part.
No, I didn't. I saved that one for you.
Oh my god.
My keys is right there. Oh my God. So
I knew it turned up too. Yeah, it always does.
they were there. They
Yeah.
were at work.
Oh my god.
Jesus. I don't know how they got there, but I didn't put them on that ledge. Someone saw them on the floor or something and put them up there,
Right.
like someone's
Right.
keys. I didn't put them on that ledge. So, it was,
Ouch.
forget about it. Some good Samaritan. It was right there where I'd be, like where my location is. I get there before everyone. I'm the superposition, so I can beat everyone there, and they would just mean the key. Beautiful. Because at that point, Maddie, I already was out $300.
Yeah.
I already in my mind, all right, I'm fine for now. So now it's like I got $300. So I'm like, yeah. So everything's cool. We having a good day. There was other instances, like I was telling you, I was irritated, and you're like, oh, what are you so pissed off about that? Or not pissed off. What are you irritated about? But I'm gonna tell you. So after that, I still have no control of my life right now because I still have no car. So I have to get a ride. I had asked my friend at work for a ride home, and if she was gonna, I asked from the beginning of that. I said, yo, because she lives near me. Yo, you want to go? I'm gonna go back with you tonight. She's like, yeah. And she's like, no problem. So we get off work, man. It's like 11 a.m. Bro, when you have no control of the shit, you have to ask people. You're at the world's mercy, bro. You're at the mercy. And that's why I rather
Yeah, not a great feeling. Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
we have a lot of pride and shit. And sometimes it gets the best of us, but sometimes it's for a reason, I can't ask no motherfucker, but here I go.
Very
So,
similar situation last night, actually. A friend of mine had called. It wasn't me, but a friend of mine had called me up asking, to stay at my place. His wife kicked him out, whole nine. And it was kind of unexpected too, late. I could only imagine how he felt.
Right. I gotta fucking ask
had to come up here.
Yeah. You tell him, yeah?
Yeah, of course. My door's
Of course
always
you did.
open.
Yeah, you would have told a story if you didn't. Yeah, so fuck off.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
But you're right, Maddie. That's great awareness, to recognize his situation.
Yeah.
Dad, you gotta ask. I understand, bro. Don't worry about it. I know how you feel, and that's real shit.
Yeah,
And
it's tough.
so that's why even me, I don't. We all can use a hand. I'm not gonna be the fucking need anyone. So go fucking live on the earth by yourself then, or wherever in the hill, on an island. We all need some people, our people, but
for sure.
So
it takes a village, as they say.
Yeah. So I asked my friend, my lovely friend, to give me a ride. And, I'd rather not have to, but she's cool. But
yeah,
we get off of work. We start at 11 a.m. 10:30. We get off about 7:30. Long day. And the day before we worked 18.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going home, she wants to go hang out at our co-worker's house.
Right. So now it's like,
so
now you get subject to that.
I'm kidnapped.
Yeah.
I'm abducted.
That's a great point too. Like now you're subject to them and all their
You're
movement.
at their mercy.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm over here.
And that's tough.
Come on. And listen, guess what? At this point, I had not picked up my battery yet. It was at the Walmart.
Okay.
And I was going to get her to Walmart's on the way to our home. So she lives right up the block from like a quarter mile. So we're in the same place. I was like, yo, I didn't was going to ask her to wait for me at Walmart. Just drop me off here, hon. I'll take it from here.
Right.
Because I don't want to ask for anything extra. And I really appreciate what you're giving me. So she's like, no, I'm going to take you to the pickup spot. You're going to get your battery. All right? I'm like, all right, cool. But I had to sit there an hour and 20 minutes at our co-worker's house. Co-worker's cool. He's my boy. But I want to go to my house. Mm-hmm. My nuts are sticking to my leg. I want to take a shower. Man, where are we? 21, 20? You going to hang out? We're going to hang out. And it wasn't even at my own will. I couldn't leave when I want, so we leave an hour 20 minutes later. We get to Walmart. It's another hour drive to Walmart, and it's an hour away our house. The house, by the way, so definitely don't want to hang out. So we get to Walmart. Walmart's fucking closing, so we don't get the shit because we went to hang out. So I'm annoyed, but so what? I got my ride home. I'm off on Monday. This is last night, and I'll get it in the morning. I'm not gonna bitch about it. She still did me a favor. So I go home, wake up in the morning. Now, this last night I get home, my roommate, my first cousin, he's in here obliterated. And he's on another level right now with me. Oh yeah. And I'm fucking clean as well. I'm so, I don't give, bro, go enjoy yourself. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Go over there, I want to talk to you. So I sit there and listen to an hour of him talking about stuff from 23 years ago. Bro. Mental Monday, baby.
There you go.
He said, talk about it, man. Because, guys, honestly, I'm just going to be honest now. I didn't want to do the show, really. I was so irritated. But I was like, I don't want to come on the show and act like everything is cool and fake it because it would just make me more mad. So I told Maddie, I was like, Maddie's letting me go right now. He's letting me go off. I told Matt, like, yo, bro, I'm just going to speak on this. And because, honestly, as far as the show topic goes, I could really definitely make a correlation because a lot of this is control and just dealing with people. And when we talk about inner demons, that can be a lot of things the way I took it. Not just, swinging a bottle or doing lines and shit.
Yeah, how do you take it? How do you, what does it mean for you battling those inner demons?
Me, just discipline and lack thereof and everything in between it. Control. Yeah. Control. Using the knowledge you have and applying it. That's me.
Control in what aspect? Like losing control of a situation around you, like say like what you're dealing with this morning, or just not having that type of control.
Like I really feel like in my heart, with the wisdom I have in these 46 plus years, like I have enough where I can deal with most situations. Whether it's gaslighting or just stuff from we control 50% of this shit. That's all what we control. The other 50% is the world, and we don't have so we have to be able. I feel like I have to be able to be in control of myself,
right,
at all times. Sometimes people are looking for a reaction from you. And it's some pricks or assholes or detractors or haters, whoever. But negative people will come to you and try to get something out of you, takes from you. And it's up to you if you want to give it to them or not. And if you have no control, you're going to give them. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about, and then just with myself, But yeah, inner demons, impulsivity.
Sure.
Repeat mistakes or especially when that's my thing. Like if I know what's going on, I really have awareness and of myself, I make just better decisions. I've gotten older, I made better decisions. But
let me just speak on it a little bit, and again, thank you for everybody for joining us today. I'm letting Dubby go talk about battling his inner demons, not only today, but in just everyday life, along with mine. The way I interpret the whole battling the inner demons thing and why I decided to talk about it today is because, it's just a part of your everyday life, right? Like your everyday routine. Sometimes you don't even, realize it. It could be very subtle, things on how you navigate throughout your day, telling yourself, oh, I could, put this off, or I can, wait till later to do this, or, I don't want to do that. It's just these, or having a certain conversation you don't want to have, whether it be with a friend, wife, whatever, it's battling those constant inner demons that, we oftentimes struggle with, and it can manifest in many different ways, and it can also dictate your behavior, and, especially being around certain people, certain environments, those inner demons come in to play in many different ways. And I feel your situation, especially the whole car situation, how it's thrown, just something as simple as that has thrown,
Yeah.
your life for a curveball. And then
Yeah,
now it's
things
like,
didn't go the way they were
yeah.
playing. Like
And now
I
you're
had
battling
a
those
clipboard.
intrusive thoughts of like, like getting pissed off about it and getting angry about it.
Things
And,
that I had control of
right,
that I don't like, that bother me are bothering me.
right,
Like little like bros gaslight me yesterday. He wouldn't have been able to do that, but I was weakened.
sure,
My armor was chinked from the weekend I had, so I was susceptible to you know, bullshit.
right.
This is
And
bullshit.
And it
And
there's something to be said for that. That you gotta building enough like mental aptitude in order to build up to resist those types of temptations and
right. And
not give
when
into that.
I've been doing
You know,
so good at it, that's why I was so upset with myself. And this talking about is realizing
mm,
I'm not even mad at anyone but me,
mm,
because at the end of the day, everything I'm dealing with is me. It's created by me, and that's the best ones. I rather deal with my own. I mean, your problems, but sometimes you can get problems from other people giving to you.
sure,
And I hate
sure,
those.
sure.
Yeah, give me my own. Deal with them, but
Well, we've talked about that before, and about prioritizing yourself, and if there's if somebody's just constantly um, what's the word I'm looking for? The term, just kind of like inflicting their emotions, their, pain onto you and your way of thinking, that it becomes very toxic and very, and
especially when
then,
it's like
yeah,
sometimes people are not even bad people, but their personalities conflict with yours.
sure,
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And
Or just bring you down, I mean, that's a
right.
thing, That's the
So
thing. You want to be
this
around more uplifting, people. I mean, it's just very simple science. It's when you're constantly around negativity, it's going to breed negativity. Like that's just and that goes with
right.
environment, everything. It's like like it could be as simple as lighting, man. Sitting in a
So
freaking
I
dark
got more.
room all day,
So I got more.
can lead
I
to
got more
that.
for
Yeah.
the battery story. I got more. Let me throw you some more. So
Hold on. Let's before we get to
all
that,
right,
all right, let's get to this week's mental health video of the week. All right, released it
all right.
earlier this morning. Actually, we're gonna play last week's mental health video of the week as well because we first
Damn bugs out here.
this is the first mental health show episode that we have done in 4 weeks, so we didn't get a chance to show you that one. I'm sure some of you have seen it already. It's been posted out on YouTube and all the other socials. All right, let me just pop up for you. You got bugs? You dealing with bugs over there, bro? You all
It's
bugged
not an
out?
ideal situation. Yeah, it's not an ideal situation. I sprayed myself with the off, but I guess it's not that good. Oh
Let me
yeah,
see.
yeah, Maddie. Though this is the end of this whole drama. My whole thing it's peaked already. So everything's getting good. It's
All
getting
right.
cool.
I love you. Let's check out
Yeah.
last
So
week's mental health video of the week, and we'll also go into this week's as well afterwards. Words of advice. Keep going. Even when you think, oh, it's too long, there's too many obstacles in my way, keep on going. One foot in front of the other.
In front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door.
I'm sorry, that's my favorite.
I promise you will get there. I promise you will get to the finish line. But it's got to start somewhere. You got to take that step. Start that journey and keep going. That's all. Keep showing up.
Alrighty, I'll give you this week's. And by the way, there's my beautiful, right here in this bottom left, is my beautiful baby boy Cooper, right? I did mention this on episode 34 on Epis Sports the other day. That's kind of why I took a little bit of a hiatus and now we're back. But you know, it was really in preparation of my newborn son, Cooper Wright Benedetti, that was born on the 25th of August, and so just took a little time off, wanted to get settled in, ready for him. Everything's fine. Wifey's fine. Baby's fine. Doing all great. Everybody's good. So that's been my look at the cute little ham right there. Handsome. All right. We're going on to this week's mental health video of the week.
Just have a day. Don't care what kind of day you have. Good, bad, happy or sad. Just have a day. And keep showing up.
All right, I'll play that one more time since it's a really quick one. Thank you, Dom.
Just have a day. Don't care what kind of day you have. Good, bad, happy or sad. Just have a day. And keep showing up.
Alrighty. Hold on, say that one more time for the people. Say that one more time.
I like that. It made me feel better, bro.
Right? There you go. There you go. And that's what it's supposed to do. See, that's the beautiful
really,
thing.
bro.
The power of a freaking
it's that
20-second video.
Bro. That's that theme music, bro. And then you got the cadence, you're chilling. You can't go wrong, man. I can't be like, fuck that guy. No, I could you. Nah, he's right, bro. Just have a day, man. And like I said, man, shit, it's not that bad. But I'm gonna can I finish what I was saying?
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. I just want to. If we want, we'll get back to the mental health videos. That's it. Not much there.
We're gonna do them again. Yeah, you made me feel better though, man. Because it's true, man. Just have a day. I'm gonna have that. So, cousin, my cousins, he's in there belligerent, twisted. Talking about 1999 and shit, 91. I'm like, oh boy. I say, you want to talk about tomorrow instead? Let's talk about the future.
Yeah.
But long story short, I'm like, yo, man, he like, yeah. I'm gonna take you to Walmart, man. We're gonna pick the battery up. I was like, bro, you're not getting it no more. So ain't no feet go nowhere. He's
Herm.
like 12 in that.
Herm's in the house, dumb.
Herminator. I read
Hermansky. I know. I was thinking about Herm too. Happy Labor Day, Herm. What's going on, man? I see you've been doing your thing. I've been seeing you on the socials. What's up? You got any plans today? Are you out there barbecuing? What's the plans for Herm?
What's the deal, Herm?
Yeah. But Dub, you continue, man. You got the flow.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, you're not gonna take me in. Yeah, I got you there. I got you there. You need a ride. I'm like, yeah, I know you would want to, but you're not gonna be physically anymore. So that's what happened. So I'm like, hey, yo, so just knock on my door. All right, I'll give you the keys. I say, just leave them on the table now, man. Oh, knock on the door in the morning. I was like, how that went. So take an hour, bro, come out 8:30. He finally come out, whatever. So I go fucking get the car. I take the car, get the battery, come back. Go, I got it. I put the keys on the table by the door. Bro texts me, where the fuck are my keys? I'm like, oh shit. Bring my fucking keys back. And I'm like, but they're on the table. You know what I mean? Like, What the fuck? So I'm irritated again. But I swallowed that when I was like, yeah, you know what? Leave it all.
Yeah.
So long story, bro, so I find out, I find out, so you think you're going to put that battery in the fucking, in the carriage, it's going to turn on. No. Isn't it supposed to?
Yes, unless there's something else wrong. Could be your starter, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Alternator, whatever it is.
Right.
Herm just got back from your son's first collegiate tournament. I did see that. I'd seen that online. How'd he do? what's the numbers? Yeah, what did he shoot? They play what was it, 4 rounds? What are they doing? What's the tournament layout for him? Normal like PGA like 4 rounds. But let us know. Let him know. I hope he did well, man. That's awesome, bro. Where was it? And how did he score? I'd love to hear about it.
Herm's going to tell us all that stuff.
Dub, what were you saying?
And that's Herm's going to tell you all of that stuff.
Oh, no, I know. I'm saying, like,
he's going to fill you in.
No, continue on. No, what you're saying. No.
We just don't have a Herm is typing prompt on this app, but he is. So, yeah, man. But like I said, man, things got good. It's over there. The car's over there. I turned it off. It's turning on. I asked around. I went on Google. Said, yeah, sometimes new batteries need a charge. I was like, God, yeah. So I took the terminal off of the positive and negative, and it stayed running. So it wasn't the alternator. It ran without the alternator. I mean, it ran on the alternator. When I took the battery, the terminals off the battery, the whole car kept running. So that's good. The alternator's good. So I don't know. I'm just gonna see how it goes. But what I did do was order one of those old school. They're not Sears anymore, but those big bat Sears fucking portable chargers. With the case, the fucking 2 grips in there. It's like $80. I bought it, bro, because I'm driving way far for work, and I'm scared to death to get stranded. So. That's about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Learning lesson. I got like keys now, guys. Yeah, my old knows better had one damn key, and it almost cost me $300, but it didn't.
But the whole moral of that ties into the whole battling inner demons is the mental battle you're fighting within yourself.
Yeah, the joust. Yeah, within yourself.
The whole time. Just trying to navigate the emotions of dealing with, a rather, unfavorable situation that's clearly...
that's exactly what I was going to say. It's not about the situation and your stupid batteries, car. It's just about what is you're feeling from the situation, what you're dealing with and how it affects you. And you're right, man. Shit. But go ahead, man. You're saying...
It's about battling those inner demons. It's about that constant joust. I like the way you put it there. That mental joust that you're having with yourself. It could be that internal voice. I know some people have that, some people don't. I do, and it's constantly a thing.
It's joust that will make you quit and make you depressed, or make you sit down, or make you feel overwhelmed, or make you take a day off, or 2 days, or too many days off. Or make you not show up. It's the same thing. And even though I have total plans to show up and not quit, but just knowing that this is the energy that can make me sit my ass down, it annoys the hell out of me.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, it's debilitating. It's debilitating in all ways. It'll keep you, from, being focused on your goals and the plan, and potentially could ruin your day too. What happened? What are you doing over there?
Mom called me.
What's mommy?
Yeah, I tell her. I don't know.
What's
I
mom
called
doing?
back an hour.
Her. Let's see. Let's see the final numbers. He finished +4. Okay, 36 holes Saturday, 18 Sunday. Damn, 36 holes on Saturday. That's tough, man, to do that. That's a 2-round day.
Man.
2-round day. 18 Sunday in Lexington, Kentucky. And then team finished 6 out of 19 teams. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Where's he going to school at? You told us before, man, but I forgot.
He shot 73, 71, 76 to lead this team. Nice. So he led the team in the score. Nice. That's pretty good, man. That 71's nice. Shenandoah University, Herm says. Okay.
Shenandoah. Where is that, Herm?
Yeah.
Is that in Virginia or Kentucky?
That's awesome, man. +4 is pretty damn good. That
kid's been playing golf forever, bro.
Yeah. That's in Virginia, Winchester.
Okay,
Winchester. Wow, man. This kid's got some potential, man. How old is he again? Jesus Christ.
He got to be 18 or 19.
Mansky, you got a golfer on your hands, man. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be. Well, I'm gonna be interviewing you, little youngin, one day. Bringing him on the sports show. He'll be 19 in October. Oh my God. Jesus. Wow, man. that's a lot. They probably would say that's like olden golfers, which it's not though, because golf you could be 40, 50 now still golfing, still playing, and making money on a tour. But damn, man, that's awesome. You know, what's like the best round he's ever shot, like on like a legitimate, good course from like
Great question.
the tips and all that. I'm sure it's good. It's gotta be. He's got to do like 3, 4 under, probably somewhere. Even if it's a nice 67 in a high school tournament. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Damn straight. That's
he got
phenomenal.
he got a scholarship, full-time scholarship for golf. Right, this kid's only got a full ride, man.
I would think so with those types of numbers. I would think so.
Like a full ride.
Yeah.
Term's gonna tell
No,
us.
he's going places, man.
Maddie.
God forbid, barring any injury, knock on wood. But this kid could have a big future.
Yeah. His old man is a sturdy guy, and his old man is great. He's locked in.
Well, you let him know here at Epis Radio. He's got 2 biggest fans. All right, so
right.
When Hermansky's moving up through the system, the rankings.
You don't have a scholarship?
We'll be there. No scholarship? Oh, wow.
Not yet.
D3, he's D3. Okay. All right. Doesn't do any scholarships.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
well.
D3 oftentimes, yeah.
He's got a lot of eligibility left. Coach, I'll pop.
That's all right. He don't need a scholarship. No, he don't need a scholarship. It's fine. I mean, but, he's there. Yeah, he's in the rankings, D3. I play D3, That's, you can make your way.
The Herminator's not broke, but it'd be nice to keep some money in Big Daddy Matt's pocket. Matt Hermansky's pocket. Keep a couple shekels.
Oh man,
be nice. Never hurt.
That's all right. The young man can figure it out on his own.
But I seen LeBron the other day on his. They asked his clothing. He's like, "How much is this? How much is that? How much is that? Free. How much is this? Free. Everything he had on is fucking free. This guy's fucking worth what? $2 billion, $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Everything he's got on is free. And I'm like, damn, the life.
Right,
that's when you really made it, when you don't pay for shit anymore.
That's insane. Right. How do you get that? How does that make any sense? You get so wealthy.
LeBron probably doesn't pay for anything, probably, unless he wants to.
You get so wealthy to the point where people just give you stuff, How does that happen? How does that make any sense? If anything, you should be giving people
can get
stuff.
someone to mow his lawn and tell people you're LeBron's lawnmower and use that in my payment.
Right.
I'll let you tell people I'm your lawn that you're my my fucking grass guy, and that's your payment. I'll have to pay you. And you're gonna be like, yeah, all right.
You're my grass
I just
guy.
have to be I just got to you're my landscaper, right? You're my landscaper, and I'm not paying you. I'm a person, and you let everyone not rich but known, famous, and you let them know. And we'll find a way to prove that. And they don't pay for anything. They get paid to come in people's night clubs or wherever. Golf events. Can you walk through?
Mm-hmm.
Can you walk through a golf event? Taylor, can you walk through our golf event? You know how much Taylor Swift tickets are? Like 3 bands. To get in the bill, $1,000 to get in and she's people.
Yeah, anyway, I know. My wife's a big fan. I know. By the way, shout out to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting finally engaged. Yeah. That was big news in the Benedetti household when that took place.
Really, yeah. They're in the news cycle for sure. That's why I'm bringing up Taylor. And it's that time of the year. They're definitely in the news cycle. I imagine this will be Travis's last ride now.
What do you mean? Wifey? No, I'm talking
about his last year.
Oh, you mean in football? Most likely. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, that's a tough position.
And next is having a baby. I don't know if she'll have one.
Nah, man. Right now, I don't know, man.
I don't know. Mess up that music career.
It's a brand. Yeah, you're gonna fuck her up.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. Like Rihanna had a baby. Stopped making music for a while. She hasn't made an album
for sure.
She had a couple babies.
I could see Taylor doing that though too. I could see Taylor waiting and making a comeback eventually. I don't know. All right, we're talking about Taylor Swift now. All right, I got something for you. All right, I wanted to play this video. It's a good little video talking about siblings, or no siblings, in fact, growing up in a family setting, and could tie a little bit into those inner demons. I'll find a way to bring that correlation there. But I'm gonna play that for you guys right now. Check it out.
Siblings can grow up in the same house.
No siblings grow up in the same house. No siblings have the same parents. No siblings have the same family. No siblings have the same childhood. Why not? Number one, there's the birth order. Parents don't relate to the first child the way they relate to the second child. Then there's gender differences. And I'm not talking about whether parents love the kids or not. I'm talking about what actually happens. The child doesn't experience the parents' love. The child experiences the way the parent shows up. Number two, the parents' relationship might be in a different phase with one child and another. Then, the parents might be in a different economic situation. The parents' lives might be different. Then, each child will evoke a different response from the parent. You have 2 daughters and a son. I have 2 sons and a daughter. It's not that I loved or we loved any one of them more than the other, but we responded to them differently. And there's one more factor, which is children are born with different temperaments, which is they experience the world differently. So even if I could be the same parent to all my kids, which I couldn't be, they'd still have 3 different parents because they would experience me differently.
I'll play that one more time.
Siblings can grow up in the same
make
house.
Sure you guys catch
No
all
siblings grow up in the same house. No siblings have the same parents. No siblings have the same family.
Have that same
No siblings have the same
and then
childhood.
probably goes more with parents.
Why not? Number one, there's the birth order. Parents don't relate to the first child the way they relate to the second child. Then there's gender differences. And I'm not talking about whether parents love the kids or not. I'm talking about what actually happens. The child doesn't experience the parents' love. The child experiences the way the parent shows up. Number two, the parents' relationship might be in a different phase with one child and another. Then, the parents might be in a different economic situation. The parents' lives might be different. Then, each child will evoke a different response from the parent. You have 2 daughters and a son. I have 2 sons and a daughter. It's not that I loved or we loved any one of them more than the other, but we responded to them differently. And there's one more factor, which is children are born with different temperaments, which is they experience the world differently. So even if I could be the same parent to all my kids, which I couldn't be, they'd still have 3 different parents because they would experience me differently.
Alrighty. Love that. All right. Yeah, Dom, you were saying something before.
No, I was saying, my bad. I was saying, yeah, we've talked about this, and when you talk about parents, that's right, really the genesis of all of us, our parents, right? So, but in life in general, you can't treat everyone the same. You know, that's why I always say treat people accordingly. Everyone deserves different energy, you know. But and then when you talk
Siblings
about that,
can grow up in the
and my friend, a friend of mine, she has older siblings, 20 years older, like that. You know, her mama really had some kids, and she's the last. She's one of the babies, you know. And the mom was in a great situation for the last kids, for the young ones. She was not in an awful situation for the first ones. So she was young, she was fucking up and learning, you know.
Yeah.
Long story short, mom passes, and there was civil war because there was a lot of jealousy that the young ones didn't even know about. Oh, I thought it was all good. No, they fucking hate you because you had it better, and they watched you. They're 21 when you came out the coach. They see you come up like, damn, they got that, they got that, they got that, they got that, they got that. I'm grown, I'm out that, and there was just her situation, and we were talking about it. I remember me and her at it. She has so much clarity. You know, her mom's passed and shit, so it was just like darts. She couldn't believe it. Yeah. Like, my sister hates me, bro. I didn't even know that.
That's insane.
And she's like, I think she always did. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's definitely, I can relate, you know, especially having my own kids, you know, when I look back, you know.
And you have different situations. Yeah, hell yeah. You're a great example. Yeah. And from your youth, and on both sides, as the child and the parent.
Yeah. When I look back, you know, towards Dylan, you know, like compared to where I'm at now, you know, definitely a big part of that video. And shout out to Mel Robbins and Dr. Gabor for that video.
Great job.
You know, he brings up a great point where it's, you know, you're in different economic situations at certain times while you're having your kids. And for me, that's definitely the truth. I mean, you know, when I was, you know, just had Dylan, I had nothing.
19?
I was, you know,
19 maybe?
Yeah, 19, 20, you know, paycheck to paycheck, just finding my way into the workforce, you know, doing whatever I can.
Fucking kid, man.
You know, yeah.
Fucking kid,
as compared to now, where have a house, have a steady job, good benefits, the whole nine. My wife, we have
Way
dual
more.
income. We have, I have other, real estate investments. Like the economic situation is totally different to whereas, I could do more for my kids. I could do, as compared to when, back in the day, like, I remember I was just commuting by train as opposed to having a car, and that, changes the whole, like you said off the top of the show, that can, having a car, not having a car changes the whole situation just, with that alone, so especially, when you have a kid. Um, so there's so many
Oh,
factors
yeah.
that come into it. That's why I love that video.
The wisdom that you obtained in the last 16, 15 years,
Sure.
is so
Much
different.
different.
You didn't know
Yeah.
you were learning.
Yeah. Compared.
The first kids are just like a draft paper anyway. They're not even a full report.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the oldest are like a draft. I always sympathize with my sister. I'm like, yo, and then they get these adult abilities. They got two sibs, and then they get kind of robbed of it. It's just crazy,
Yeah.
especially coming from my generation, latchkey era. You two, pretty much. Older siblings, Sean probably had to take care of you and do a lot of shit, watch you, and probably, I don't
Yes
mind.
and no. I mean, my mom was a housewife. So she was, she was always
So you
there.
go for there. But you
She
still
was
have
always there. Yeah.
responsibilities.
Yeah, but my brother was a rebel. My brother was a rebel. He was out. He was gone. He actually didn't want anything to do with me for a large part of our early adulthood.
What
Yeah.
you do? You
No,
fucked up
nothing.
somewhere.
Nothing. He just didn't like me. Like he just didn't want to be around me. Like that's what it was.
Sure.
This is documented. We know this. We've talked about this.
You've talked
You know what I'm
about it.
saying? Yeah. There was definitely some gap years there where it's like he didn't want, he wanted to be with his friends, things like that. But you
Right.
you look at it, with especially for me, raising the kids. I don't think it matters with age too. Like I know, obviously it's not ideal. I've talked about this before. Having a kid at 19, 20 years old. Maturity wise, you're not going to be at the level you are compared to when you're 35, 40, 45, having a kid. That's obvious. But even then, even if it's your first kid at 34, 35, 40, 45,
Still your first kid.
it's still your first kid. I don't
Right.
care how many books you read, how many things like that. There's going to be a lot of trial and error, and it's gonna, it's gonna be a learning curve. And compared to how if you go on to have 2, 3, 4 other kids, there's no doubt that that fourth kid is going to just get the better version of you. And it's not a knock on you, the individual. It's just a natural progression of parenthood and maturity and just becoming
And then-
who you are as a person.
And then, like the good doctor said, that's just one flip of it because the kid could be totally different from the other one. Thing with this one, but this one doesn't receive things more. Some of them do tough love; they can take it. Some of them you will fucking crush them with it. And now you're
Right.
using it. Yeah, it worked on Bill. I'm gonna try it on little Mikey, and you fuck little Mikey up. But it really worked on Bill, and Bill's thriving off of it.
Right,
And then
right,
Mikey,
right.
5 years, Mikey, 5 year Billy Jr. I mean Billy's Jr. You tried on him, and you put he's now Mikey's in juvie, and he's
Right.
just wilding out. You're like,
You're
what
right,
did I do
you're
wrong?
right.
Or what's wrong with him? I didn't do anything wrong. It worked with Billy. What's wrong with this guy? But no,
That's the easy cop out, right? That's the easy cop out as the parent, especially, It's like, oh, there must be something wrong. Oh, no, you can maybe take,
because at the end of the day, you're the adult.
Yeah, hold yourself accountable to a certain extent,
Or even if not income, it's your job to find out. You have more resources than the child. You know what's going on. You have awareness, resources to help the child.
And even if you don't have kids, you can apply that same process, especially to like just
in life.
In life, and if you do have siblings, if you have no siblings, it's also interesting too because it also applies because now, your parents never had that other child to compare and things like that, so. You get what you get, Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get sometimes, and it can go either way. It could have been really good, upbringing. You could have had some parents that figured it out. Could have had some that maybe had struggled with their parenting, or maybe they're struggling in their own lives, whether it be economically or emotionally. It's just crazy.
Look at even like in sports, look at coaching. You can't treat all the players the same. It's a perfect example, perfect correlation.
Yeah.
And I remember
and the more experience
great
you
example.
have, right?
a great example, you know, because I had second-hand knowledge or a little knowledge being around, but with Iverson and Larry Brown, and he still Larry Brown was. It was hard to play for Larry, but Iverson was able to do it more. Probably, and he was explaining how Larry was kind of an adult figure, filled the void a little bit of a figure at the point, so he can deal with Larry's kind of discipline because of something he might have needed. That's what I was saying. Try to rejected that shit. Like, I gotta pop some motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck you think? Like, you know, and it showed in the teams. Steph wasn't gonna do the Larry shit, the gas. Like, Larry had his ways. Certain guys it wouldn't, you know. And they go that with any coaches, you know. And even new era of the players now, they want the coaches to, you know, be more, you know what I mean, Eric Boone-ish, players call, because it's all about the guy would consider the players like the children, right? And as far as correlating the two subjects, but yeah,
no, sure,
you
yeah,
have
it definitely
to treat
applies.
people accordingly, bro. Yeah, you have to treat.
Yeah, it's navigating the egos, navigating
If you're a boss
the
at work,
emotions.
if you're a supervisor, you're a manager at work, same thing with your staff.
Yeah.
Same thing. You could come at this one this way. This one, I know how to make him get this. I know him. I know if I put this one over here, she's gonna freak out. She's not good at
Right.
things.
Yeah.
You know, as a manager, because that's what parents are. They're coaches and managers. They run shit. They're authority.
And just like the parent, you know, the new parent compared to the, you know, 4 or 5 kid parent, you know, just like a store manager or, you know, coach on a team, something like that, the more experience you have, the better approach, you know, theoretically, you know, you're going to have, right? You know, now it doesn't apply to everybody. You know, some people are just not fit to be a good parent. Some people are just not fit to be a good coach or manager. You know, this we understand.
Some people aren't fit to be a good friend, even. You know, some people aren't fit to be anything.
No
you know what I'm saying? But no doubt, man, no doubt.
No doubt about it. You know, and then all the while, you know, running alongside that is those inner demons fighting you through it. You know, oh yeah, maybe you know, if I do this or if I say this, you know, this might affect him in this certain way and this and that. It's like there's that constant battle. Teetering and back and forth, right? That mental joust that you brought up earlier, right? That within yourself, all the while,
Oh my God,
trying to do all this.
We always said that, get out of your head. You know, we're saying it, I'm saying, you got to get out of your fucking head, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really, you know. But, you know, I think sometimes, you know, we get so complacent. Like, I was talking about how I'm a creature of habit and here and not being, you know, and moving things around. I didn't not want, you know, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did. I'm glad. I'm pumped up, and I would have felt badly if I didn't. But long story short, like we get caught up in habits and routine. So a lot of times we lose. We get like blinders on, and we forget our rating clouds a little bit. That's as far as it goes for me. Like, so I lose sight on the little things, you know, that keep me grounded and shit. So, like I said, so if you just take a fucking one card out the deck, I'm done. And that's what I'm trying to get better at, bro. Oh, one card out the house, I'm done. You know, I want to be able to, you know, you slide the card underneath it, the house still stands. That's what I'm trying to get this total control of myself, because I always I'm the guy that people to, you know, get therapy from. I feel like I am. I don't mind it. If I can do it, I'll do it. But, you know, but I have an answers. Time for ourselves. We can't even find the same answers, and we know the answers, right? Mm-hmm. You could give someone the same advice, and then you not take your own advice, and you even do it. You know, so just.
I did want to address Herm in the comments. We got my boy Big Herm chilling here on this beautiful Labor Day. All right, everybody else, if you're watching us here on Twitch, comment what you doing today, where you coming from, what you doing, what's going on. You got to have some plans, or if you're just not doing anything and just hanging like we are right now, let us know, man. We'd love to hear from you. All right, keep showing up as always. Please, when we do get this on YouTube later, go back, maybe give us a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so as well, if you're watching in post. All right, and as always, keep showing up. Herm was saying the truth is, if you have good parents, they do the best they can at
That's
the
all
time.
they can do.
And he
Right.
said, there will always be things that happen. I'm really trying to frame everything in a positive light. No doubt about it. I mean, we do the best we can. Again, I like that you put in if you have good parents, and yes. A
It makes
parent
me
that
think
is
with
trying
Herm.
is a good parent, I'd say. As long as you're putting in the effort,
Right.
and you're not a complete asshole, and, you're not putting the kid in harm's way and all that. You have good
Correct.
intention, and you're doing your thing.
Or an idiot, an asshole or an idiot.
Asshole.
Three more.
The
But
bills are paid. It's all good.
it's interesting. I was telling my I think my sister. I was telling somebody close to me the other day. I was like, yo, when we were little, yo, you look up at your parents. They're like, bro, these superhuman figures. You're 5, 6, 7, 8. You only see your mom's. You can't even get past her belt line. She's so big to you. And this is the lady, regular lady. So these parents, they're larger than life figures, bro. And you get older and you start to realize they're just people, bro, who did the best. Because at that point, from where they're superheroes, then you get old. Adolescents, like 11, 12, and you start seeing the kinks in them. Right? So now you're kind of flipping, like, oh, you're not even, So that's when the teenagers give their parents shit. Oh, I thought you're just a person, I don't know but when you get older and you start experiencing life as an adult, like me personally, like the clarity I have I can't respect my parents any more than I have. Every day more and more. Just, but at the same time, I could have said shit they didn't do right, but I was there, of course they're human. They made mistakes, and like Herm said, the best they can. If they're good, if they're solid quality folks, people, they're gonna do the best they can. But shit, this is not easy. Like you said, Maddie, it's a village. It takes a village. We just have to treat people better, period, yo.
All right, I do have an example of a mother just trying to do her best. Bit of sad news. This came out 3 days ago. It was ABC is reporting. But this is, I'm sure other news outlets have reported on this. It was a shooting in the Bronx on Wednesday that ended up killing 5 people were shot. I don't know. And I believe just one was killed. But this is the mother of Jaceel Banks, who was killed. She made her remarks in front of the borough president, district attorney, and state assembly speaker, who also attended the vigil. Advocates say gun violence continues to plague the borough and is tearing communities apart. Just wanted to talk a little bit about this and talk about a trying mother. I know I've been sitting on this one for a little here, so show you that to you guys.
My son was shot in the city minding his business. The second time. I'm only speaking on the behalf of Bronx residents, the residents of New York City. I like that this is happening, but we don't see any resources. We haven't been seeing resources for 25 years. I don't know why y'all sitting up here and clapping and acting like everything's okay. Right. Like, it's crazy. The kids haven't had anything since the 90s. There's nothing for the children. There's nothing. My son was in trouble in his youth, but he went to work. He's been going to work. He worked on his 32nd birthday, and he decided to come to Haven Park to watch the basketball game because that's what we've been doing for years. When they're having big events like this, there should be police presence.
Thank you.
There should be permits.
Thank you.
So we're not blaming any children. These children come from a long line of systematic abuse. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's a budget that exists for us, because there isn't. So let's stop pretending, guys. Okay? Let's stop. This is the second time my son was shot in the city minding his business. The second time. I'm only speaking on the behalf of Bronx residents, the residents of New York City. I like that this is happening, but but we don't see any resources. We haven't been seeing resources for 25 years. I don't know why y'all sitting up here and clapping and acting like everything's okay.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. The kids haven't had anything since the 90s. There's nothing for the children. There's nothing. My son was in trouble in his youth, but he went to work. He's been going to work. He worked on his 32nd birthday, and he decided to come to Haven Park to watch the basketball game because that's what we've been doing for years. When they're having big events like this, there should be police presence.
Thank you.
There should be permits.
Thank you.
So we're not blaming any children. These children come from a long line of systematic abuse. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's a budget that exists for us, because there isn't. So let's stop pretending, guys. Okay? Let's stop. This is the second time.
Strong comments from Jaceel Banks' mother, who was killed on Wednesday after 5 people were shot at a basketball game. Yeah, basketball game. And
outside?
Yeah, interesting to say. Yeah, it was an outside tournament. Interesting to say
the game up.
Yeah, shot the game up. Bad neighborhood in the Bronx. I don't know exactly where.
Probably. There's a lot of gang violence in the Bronx lately.
I feel bad. The reason I play it is because obviously, tough news. But I here is a strong mother that is just trying to speak out for the community.
She's really...
And that's tough to do that, man. After just obviously, this is your young boys. I mean, he's 32 young man's vigil, and to go up there and to be
basketball game though. Who else was shot? There was a bunch of young people shot. So it doesn't matter.
I believe so. Yeah,
it's a mass shooting.
Yeah, it's a mass shooting, and that's honestly when wasn't really talked about as. It definitely wasn't talked about as big as the mass shooter that shot up the corporate office.
Jumped up. The Lex come up. E. Adams jumped up. We're gonna have police presence, and he does his political move. Because he has to, but it's kind of a little late.
I like to hear her say that there should be police presence.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I took as well.
Yeah, that's again, I know she mentions that there's no resources, things like that.
If they're gonna have an organized game with refs outside, there should be cops there, bro.
I guess so. I mean, you'd hate to think that has to be the case. You'd like,
bro, when I do events in I'm not saying it's the same thing, but you're doing events all over. Every time I do an event in Orlando, if it could be a food festival, there's cops there.
Yeah,
there's freaking cops there, bro. Overtime.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. If there's if there's an organized basketball game, Maddie, that means they got to pay for that game.
Right. And at the very least, it would provide, especially going forward now after this happened. I mean, if there wasn't prior violence at these types of tournaments in this particular area, you would think that going forward there has to be police presence now.
Hopefully, that's what we can get out of this.
And
with that young man's that young man's murder, we can get that out of this because she's made an excellent point.
And to tie into the subject of today, battling those inner demons, a lot of these kids, going in attendance, they shouldn't have to. Be worried about these things in the back of their minds of, well, I know, if I go, I can, things could get, violence, something could happen, what times are we living in, like that's crazy,
what is this? Event, you're not supposed to be worried about getting hurt at an event.
Yeah, what is this, the freaking, 60s, 70s in the Bronx, all of a sudden again, where like you can't be out on the street past a certain time,
80s and 90s, 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s. Yeah. The Bronx then has a large gang presence, and there's been a lot of shooting. It's been a lot of coming from the drill culture in the Bronx. Drill. There's a lot of known rappers. And so it's a culture. It's a very demonic culture. Because bro. And once a body drops, then there's retaliation.
Right.
People want to hurt people. So they're going to go to a basketball game. I don't give a fuck who's there. He's there. They don't care. It's crazy. But, like, I don't know, man. The era I grew up saying, Listen, you know, I'm not saying, but I was the right person. You know, not everyone out there, bro. Get the right person. The person you got the thing. You're gonna go there and shoot the basketball game up, bro. That's what they do. There he goes. Everybody gets shot. Shit is crazy, bro.
Nobody should have to worry about these types of things, and heart goes out to the Banks' family.
It doesn't sound like he was the intended guy.
Yeah, I don't have any information on that,
Possible,
but more than likely not, more than likely not, it sounds
We'll
like
find out.
this kid, just minding his own business, like she said,
Right.
been doing it for years, just going down the park,
Right.
playing,
She said when he was young,
working,
but
working, kidding out of from what she,
I
depicted.
think the reason she said that is just so people won't run and grab his record and say, "Oh, he's not a good guy."
Right.
Yeah,
Had some
so
run-ins.
It was very thought out what she said, and she could tell. That's a real big thing what she did, because most people wouldn't have that fortitude do what they're going to be able to worry about everyone else.
Yeah.
Because most people just worry about their fallen loved one.
Yeah.
And just be grief stricken, and she has enough to. Because I think that speech can help. Because, like you said, you took from that the same thing I did, and I don't think we're gonna be the only one who take that about the police presence.
No, for sure.
And like I said, did Adams come out and make that speech about the cops before or after he said that?
I don't know. I don't know. The timeline is awfully close with that. Yeah. I'm not sure when he came out with that. When you remember when you seen it? What day? Because that was 3 days ago, the shooting. So
I saw Adams this weekend on my gram.
The vigil was 3 days ago. So this means the shooting was a while.
Adams in the Bronx. He was at a podium. It might have been right there. She probably was there. I don't know. But I got to look it up. These clips you don't know what's when and everything. So
yeah, sometimes a little hard to tell, right? You got to do a little digging. I do have another one. Bit of a downer again. Bit of a fool of the day or asshole of the day. I don't know which one you want to call it. But I know we do that on the Epis Sports Show. But this one is interesting. Obviously, you and me, having worked in the medical field, so it interests me a bit. And it's close to home. That hits home. This has been like a big news article that's been going on here. But finally came to fruition. Dr. Z. Allen Chang, a former physician at New York Presbyterian Queens, was sentenced to 24 years in prison, for pleading guilty to sexually assaulting or raping 8 women between 2021 and 2022. Chang used medical-grade sedatives to render his victims unconscious before committing the assaults. The plea deal granted by Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz was intended to protect the victims from the trauma of the public trial, though the judge acknowledged that Chang's crimes warranted a longer sentence. Victims and their representatives expressed disappointment, with civil attorney Nicholas Likas stating that justice was not served and criticizing the hospital for its role. All right, I'm going to play the clip for you guys right here, and we'll talk about it.
The prosecution attorneys take turns reading statements written by some of the 8 women. 35-year-old defendant Z. Allen Chang pled guilty to sexually assaulting or raping during his time as a doctor here at New York Presbyterian Queens.
Dr. Chang
right by
has taken away my sense
I go run around there all the
Chang,
time.
convicted of the sexual acts dating back to 2021, court documents showing he used medical-grade sedatives to render the women unconscious before his acts.
I want to apologize to the victims of my heinous crimes.
The Queens DA granted Chang a plea deal, and the judge Thursday acknowledged his crimes deserved more than the 24 years.
I can understand the balancing of the victims having to suffer again, go through trial in front of strangers.
Chang sentenced and then walked out of the courtroom in cuffs. His attorney immediately after.
When this case began, he was looking at a significantly lengthier sentence, so I understand the disappointment from some of the victims here.
Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz released a statement to CBS News New York that read in part, Z. Allen Chang committed a series of heinous acts against women. As a consequence of his crimes, he will serve over 2 decades in prison with 10 years of post-release supervision and must register as a sex offender, likely for the rest of his life. But civil attorney Nicholas Liakis is representing 5 of the victims named in the criminal case.
Justice wasn't served. They've been let down.
New York Presbyterian Queens responded to today's sentencing with the following statement that reads in part, "The crimes committed by this individual are heinous, despicable, and a fundamental portrayal of our mission and the patient's trust." In court Thursday, the prosecution...
All right, that is that on Mr. Alan Chang, 24 years in prison, which honestly not enough, if you ask me. This dude should really just do life, if not freaking. I know we're a little harsh on the death penalty, but you know, if there's ever anything that warrants a death penalty, it's probably something like that. I mean, you know, talk about battling those inner demons. You know, we as people, we trust, you know, the healthcare system to, you know, or you know, we should be able to just put our trust in the healthcare system and treat us and do what we need and, you know, trust these doctors that we meet. And it's all too often that, you know, you run into, you know, situations like these, you know, where, you know, doctors are committing, you know, heinous acts and, you know, or malpractice in other ways.
They're in a position they're in a position, that position they're in, and they're taking advantage of their patients. That's heinous as it gets, because they're in a total vulnerable position.
Sure.
They're giving you their trust. They're giving you everything to them. And
I mean, medical
you know,
grade
honestly,
sedatives
man,
and then, you know, touching
I mean,
and,
if you
you know,
go,
raping
it's
women.
documented. It's documented in our country. Sex offenders probably don't get the time they should.
Yeah.
A lot of female sex offenders get zero. They got an opportunity to come home 5, 10, 24 is a lot compared to when you look at other comparable cases. I think I posted the one about that teacher the other day who didn't get any time. She's found guilty on 4 felony sex offender counts against, and she's got probation. You know, and you can go.
Absurd.
It happens all the time, and it's not only the women get zero time and the men don't get enough. Sex offenders as a whole are not getting. Ghislaine Maxwell is going to get out one day.
Right.
I mean, that's a whole different story, but
yeah, that's a bit. Yeah. I don't know about this guy.
Well,
Well, Herm.
I digress on that. Go.
Herm in the comments says sex offenders get special treatment in prison. He probably won't last those 24 years behind bars.
That is true.
He's right. He's got a good point, especially this little wiry Asian right here. It looks a little vulnerable.
He's got to have money, and he has to stay in protective custody.
Yeah,
He'll be in protective custody.
Maybe. You think so? I don't know, man.
Yeah, you ask for it. If you ask for it, you're there.
Prisons are pretty overcrowded here. I don't know. It's might not get that treatment, you know.
If you ask for PC, they'll put you there, bro. But PC is not all that either. You know, you're gonna be with all the snitches and the weirdos and the all that other stuff, and they could beat him up and rob him too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but the savage, the main guys, you could get away from. You ask for it.
Well, it's a shame, though. I mean, like, and again, like, you know, to stay on the topic of the show, you know, battling those inner demons, you know, this is why people, you know, especially women, or even just then, you know, men too, it doesn't really matter. You know, they have a lack of trust in the healthcare system. You know, a lot of times doctors are, you know, pushing pharmaceuticals, pushing certain drugs or treatments or surgeries to whereas,
people don't trust the healthcare system either, my brother.
Right, no doubt. You know, certain ethnic races, you know, and by all means, you know, we understand why, you know what I'm saying? There's a long history there, you know, so it, you know.
I've seen the article, Matt. I'm going to get it to you. Maybe bring it up, but there's where the government admitted to sending this gas through a cloud, and they were putting it over the city of St. Louis in the 70s.
Oh, God,
and
I've heard
submitting what it
things
is.
like
You
this.
heard this?
I've heard of the conspiracy theories that they do, like these weather clouds now, you know. Right. Yeah, it was actually documented on it. Yeah.
Right, it's documented.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were talking about that around, and they were talking about that bunch of 15-year-olds. They're like, yo, we used to see that cloud. We ran through. We were kids. We just run.
Oh, my God.
He said, one time I ran through it, and I ran through my mouth open. And it was crazy. He was like, we used to run through it.
It's got like radiation and, you know, it's freaking
crazy, insane, bro. I'm going to find it for you and send it to you, and just even for your stuff, I can't put it on the show. But, yeah, man.
There's definitely situations of weather bubbles or things like that. I've heard controlled climates and rain and, you know, there's a lot of theories on that. But I'm sure something, you know, by now is stuck. You know, I'm sure they've gotten some actual evidence as to government doing some things like that. You know, which is terrible to say the least. But all right, Hey, we're coming to a close for today. All right, let me recap this week's mental health video of the week. All right, just to show you
I sent
there.
it to you,
Nice
Maddie. You
little
can take
quick
a
one.
look at it. Maybe we'll talk about it later. But
You have it?
It is official. Yeah, it was official.
Where'd you send it to me? Send it on me in Discord?
I sent it on. Yeah. You can take a look at it later. You're gonna be. It's gonna. Even after the show, it'll come spark that genius brain of yours. Be like, yo, it's not a conspiracy because I hate conspiracy theories. When that's short.
Radioactive oatmeal. Oh my Jesus.
Yes.
I'm gonna save that one for another day.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Say it again. Say it again for the people.
I said I'm gonna save that one for another day.
No. What it was that you said that you're saving?
Radioactive oatmeal.
Yes.
Oh my God. Radioactive oatmeal. What the hell are we doing now, man?
I would tell somebody get the hell out of here. Shut the fuck up, bro. Hey, you guys. What? It's true.
Oh,
the radioactive oatmeal.
All right. This is this week's mental health video of the week. And for those of you that didn't catch it or haven't seen it online yet, all right, please go do so. Like it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. All right. And if you like the video, comment what you like about it, or just let us know where you're coming from. All right. Get some engagement going. And please follow and subscribe as always. All right. Here we go.
Switch.
No. Just have a day. Don't care what kind of day you have. Good, bad, happy, or sad. Just have a day. You're sad. And keep showing up. Alright, we'll play that one more time because I messed up with the size of the window right there. Alright. Herb, take it easy, bro.
I need to see that one anyway. It's gonna help me go on the way out of here.
Just have a day. Don't care what kind of day you have. Good, bad, happy, or sad. Just have a day. And keep showing up. All right, everybody. Herm, have a day, Herm. All right, have a beautiful day. Have a happy Labor Day, Herm. And those of you that are also here with us today that are chilling behind the scenes there, have a day as well. All right, whatever it is you're doing on this beautiful Labor Day, wherever you're coming from. All right, let us know in the comments, as always. All right, Dub, how about you, man? What's on the rest of your slate for today? Did you go for your morning run?
I did. It was short because I still had battery situation, so I only did a 5K.
Okay, only did a 5K. Love it, baby.
Yeah, only did a 5K.
Love it.
It was good, man. I love what you got going on, with the pacing and stuff, and that stuff is gold, bro. The pace running and just we're gonna become, I'm gonna be. I can see myself. I'm in this marathon soon.
Yeah,
if
man.
I keep up this training the way I am, because
you could do it now, bro. You could do it now. It's mind over matter. It's just, that whole marathon thing is purely mental, man. Talk about battling inner demons. A marathon is the epitome of battling inner demons. Like, that's just, because your body, you'd be surprised how far it could go. It's more mental than anything. And pushing past those intrusive thoughts is what you got to do. At some point, it hits all of us. It's called that proverbial wall in regards to endurance running. And now marathon, you have to, get there. Usually happens around mile 20. Those last 6 miles are a bitch. But no, you could do it, man. You run faster than I can. It's just a matter of for longer duration. And I appreciate your help in my journey as well. I'm so pumped up about this marathon. I now 27 days, 26 days away from my marathon. So I got a lot to do. Got a lot to do. Prepare for that. But I mean, I've been preparing for months now already. I haven't really stopped, but yeah, got myself a little jump rope now, bro. I've been jump roping as of yesterday, doing a little jump rope. Apparently, somebody turned me on, was like, "Hey, listen, you should be doing this." I had a couple of people suggest the jump rope. Said it really improves the endurance and quality and how it works.
I'm gonna go get me one.
It's a good,
That's a good idea.
good workout for the legs. And I was like,
I'm
all
gonna go
right.
get me
I was
one.
like, all right, I'll take, when a couple of people suggest it, then I start to really like, all right, maybe there's something to this. You know?
prize fighters, man.
Yeah, and prize fight, right?
Mike
That was the
Tyson,
first thing that popped up, like, Muhammad Ali, all good prize
and
fighters,
who has
right?
more endurance than a prize fighter?
Sure.
Sure.
Right. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe there's something to this jump roping
You
thing.
didn't have to say it twice for me, buddy. I'm on it.
Yeah,
You don't have to say it twice.
I went right on Amazon. I was like, hell yeah, let me get this going. So I'm actually do a couple of sets today. My friend of mine suggested 500 jumps a day. You could do it in like 5 sets of 50. Is 5 sets of 50 there? Yeah.
Not 250, but no. 250.
No. Yeah. See, well, you want to do 500 total. 500 total.
Yeah, 10.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I guess you break it up into 5. Maybe 2 sets a day. 5 sets 50. That way you kind of space it out a little bit.
I never jump rope as an adult for exercise, so I don't even know what I'm facing.
Right, I know.
I don't even know.
What I did yesterday, I did it after my 10-mile run yesterday. I wanted to see how much I could do straight, because a friend of mine was doing that. He's trying to break a personal record of like consecutive jumps. So like first one, I just did it. I did 67, which is pretty good, I think. And then I did like 47 or something like that. So my goal is to do at least 100, just a quick little 100. I ended up doing a little bit more than that, right? Just for the first time, especially after 10 miles, running 10 miles, legs are a little bit dead at that point. I could have, done more. It's getting late, dinner time, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Just squeeze that in a little bit. But today I'm going to do, I got a little time after the show. I'm going to do that. And, just keep it going, man. Keep it going. And getting rid of those inner demons and those intrusive thoughts and, this hard and tired. Nope.
Just do it. One thing, man. That running's helped me a lot with mental over the last 5 years.
Yeah, man.
Really helped me with all of the stuff I was talking about, just discipline and.
It's the discipline. It's the discipline. That's what it is. It spills
over.
Once
you get out there, nothing else matters. You're done.
Yeah, it spills over into other aspects of your life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yes. Yeah. It does, man.
And you have, honestly, you got energy. There's that too. You know what I'm saying? There's like a newfound energy that, you have throughout your day.
You have more respect for yourself. You have more confidence in yourself. You have more everything in yourself. Everything. It sounds crazy. You have more respect for yourself. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because, I have this body that I'm trying to maintain and it's respecting it, this least body.
Yeah, and I mean, that can look at, again, it's not for everybody to go out and, run, 5-10 miles, whatever, but like that can manifest, go for a walk. You'd be surprised just getting a little sun, getting a little sun for 15-20 minutes.
Right.
Really change your mood,
Walking is everything. Walking is way closer to running than sitting down is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So walking is the shit.
Yeah, so, you don't have to walk. Do a little yoga or something. I don't know. Do a little mini core workout. And all you need is your own body. You don't even need anything. Something. Stretch.
A wise lady told me the fountain of youth is in the legs. Sure. The fountain of youth. If your legs are strong, that trunk is going to stand. So that's where it starts at.
If you want to keep on walking till you're, into your 70s and 80s,
right.
damn straight.
And if you can do that, you're going to be able to do other things. You're going to be able to do other things too if your legs are strong. Do that forever. A lot of things, your heart, all of it starts with your legs because your legs going to make you move.
Right.
So everything. That's why yoga is, forget about it. I don't do yoga, but ballet, all that stuff. All that power shit, basketball. Everything, legs. People forget about legs. Some people's going there.
All right.
The legs, bro.
Well, yeah, that's it for us today, folks. Thank you for joining us for this episode 17 of Mental Mondays with Epis. We come to you a little early today, obviously on this holiday weekend. You know, I'm off work. Everybody's off work for this one. I'm off work anyway. I wouldn't have been working today regardless because of I'm on leave because of my new baby boy. But Dub here with us today. And it's a good thing that Dub's here today. He wasn't busy actually with work either, so that's a beautiful thing as well.
No. You're right. I'm here, brother.
Everybody, enjoy your week. All right, we'll join you again next week for Mental Mondays with episode 18. All right, just stay tuned on the time for that. I'll have it posted. I apologize to our YouTube viewers and listeners. We weren't able to go live on YouTube today. You know, we'll have that situation fixed hopefully next week for the Mental Mondays. And stay tuned later this week for episode Epis Sports. We're going to be doing an NFL prediction episode. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll get it in before, well, hopefully, today's Monday. I think we should be able to get it in before the first game Thursday night. If not, we'll definitely get it in before the weekend games coming up of all week one football. So definitely stay tuned for our NFL predictions on that. And as always, folks, keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
Mets down 1-0. They are, brother.
Detroit, we're screwed.
Yeah. Nah, you got a good lead, man. You just got that Cincinnati series. You don't want to, you know. Damn, I'm scared.
Hope you find some kind of peace of mind.
Was true.
All right, everybody. Hope you find some peace of mind this week and today, whenever it is you're watching. As always, it's your boy Matty B, Epis Radio, W. Dubois. Keep showing up.